Welcome back to my channel, Gaming Etc. I'm your host, Etc. Dude. And today we are replaying Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. I had originally played this, honestly, a year ago when it was released on the PC. Now we are playing it on the PlayStation 4 with trophies. Goal for this one is to show you how to get all the trophies, although I have to point out the fact that it is impossible to one-shot the game. One-shot meaning that you are able to get all the trophies and the platinum by the very end. There's specific trophies that block you from doing that, ones that require you, one, to die, or two, to be very precise in the way you handle a certain situation. I'll make sure to point that out as we are navigating through the game, but there will be a few major changes to that. One, I won't be reading any of the lines from the documents that we end up finding, that being because, one, I already did it before, and two, I could say that for a collectibles guide. This game ends up breaking the trophies into 3 different sets of collectibles, although 2 of them are essentially the same thing. They're just named differently. You have one collectibles for collecting all the VHS tapes and watching them, which simple enough. Second one, you have one for collecting all the hidden documents. Again, very simple. I will show you where to find them all. It's not that big of a deal. And 3, what should have been in the same category as all the documents, now you have to collect all the journals that are hidden around. They are no different from the documents. They are just denoted by saying journal on them. So it'll be XYZ person's journal. They will all be handled in the same way, but I will note which ones are which as we navigate through the game. As I'm also doing it, I will have a running count of how many times I use my grab hands. There is a trophy for that, for using your grab hands under 200 times, or 200 times or less. The game then leaves you with having to be pretty precise in a lot of areas. There are a lot of areas in which you are required to use your grab hand. This is to unblock an area, go up an area, or having to use your weapon on purpose. Thus meaning that everything outside of the realms of that is where the precision comes in. And since I will also be showing you some other parts where there are new additions to the game, I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it by the end of the game. That trophy pops when you beat the game. So there's no early onset of it, like in Chapter 3, that it popped, I want to say, before the catnap fight. In this time, it pops at the very end of the game. So you won't know if you got it unless you really kept a good count on it. And I don't keep an active count personally. I don't have a little ticker here to be like, oh, I'm at 120. I have to be way more cautious. I will just keep playing the game the way I'm playing it. There is a little, and I mean very little, amount of room for error, but not that much. And from what I've read, just seems to be the way they wanted to make this. Continuing on, we've done this. This is Chapter 4. And for those who've never played the other ones or never watched any of the earlier ones, we are now going into Safe Haven. A little bit of recap there. When you started off, you got an ominous letter that said return back to the factory you used to work here. At least that's the story we know so far about our character. On the first floor, we dealt with Huggy Wuggy, the security and menace of the first floor. How no one has come into Playtime Co. to investigate on their own during the day and other, things like that is beyond me, because this place has been closed down for years. And yeah, it's been, crickets. Then we kept going further down and we reached the play area where the menace there was Mommy Longlegs. She made it a game. In order to earn our freedom, we had to keep playing these games. And of course, it was always in her favor. The house always wins. And then in the further twist, we go even deeper, more deeper than, should be possible. This Playtime Co. seems to have been built over this cave system that had existed, and you just had to think to yourself, like, wow, that's the most luckiest thing I've ever heard in my life. But now we went to the children area where they housed the orphan kids. Why did they house them so far away from everybody? Again, you gotta read between the lines for that one, and I'm not giving spoilers. But the menace there was Catnap, and Catnap was a very loyal follower of the prototype. But again, we managed to escape, and in that escape, we find ourselves in Safe Haven. So that's where we're at. So all that's left to do is, of course, get started. So here goes nothing.
number on screen and order your Doey today. Order now while supplies last. Shipping and handling costs may vary. Do not invest in or in products in the Doey line.
What's the time?
This one! I don't know, open this one! I knew it! This is the one I wanted!
There's a card too, dear. Open the card.
We're going to the Playtime factory?
That's right, honey.
Yes!
Jack, don't wander off. Stay right here with them. He's not listening to a thing I say, is he?
Not even a little bit.
Everyone, shut down the machine! Do you hear me? Somebody shut off that camera!
No! Hold on, Kissy. I'm coming! Listen, go on ahead. Don't wait for me. I won't leave Kissy behind, and I won't sacrifice our plan. Not because of me. Just be careful. Down here, it's not like anything you've seen above. It's not trying to hide what it is. It's hell. And Playtime wanted it to be. But we have allies down here. Get to them.
go inside. I mean, everything you've seen out here, the piles, the dead, they all came from inside. Believe me, everything Poppy said about this place is true. It's hell. But she also hasn't seen it like I have. It's worse now. Worse than ever. Just try to stay safe. Please. Don't let your guard down for even a second. I'll try to help you when I can.
Hey, Cole.
Hey, Norm.
2 o'clock, huh? Best time of the day.
Yeah.
So, what block are you again?
North.
Can't say I hear much about that one.
You wouldn't.
High security?
Highest security.
Cushy. No, we get in the east. Toys banging on the walls, crying for their parents, their counselors, whatever. It goes all day and night, and it just wears on you, you know? I'd kill for a little security. And quiet.
Right. Right. Know what we get in the North? Things. Whatever they aren't people anymore. Their cells might as well be cages. They are animals. Sick. Twisted. Just instincts and anger. That's all that's left of them.
Sure, but at least then it's not like yelling at your own kids for them to be quiet, though, you know? I mean, if you had to listen to them... Oh, great.
So much for our 2 o'clock.
Yeah, we really do have it rough, don't we?
Now what's this? Do I feel something squirming its way beneath my skin? An invasive foreign little germ. After all this time? Ah, but I see. You. Well, little Let's make a game of you. You've blundered along the shadows above, and only managed to squirm all the way down here, but by the barest skin of your teeth. There are no shadows here that will be of use to you. Not even the ground beneath your feet is yours. There are no places you can hide. Not from me. The subject scrambles for advantage. They appear lost and disoriented. Heavy breathing is indicative of fear, and rightly so. Let's test the response to said fear when pushed into action. seen enough. Thank you. You may proceed.
The name's Yarnaby. Would you wanna be my friend? Press the button to brush my mane. Brushy, 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 brushy. Wow, yarn't I glad to have a friend like you. Get it? Because I'm made of yarn? Yeah, you get it. Without someone like you to love, why, I think I'd just come apart at the seams.
Hear me? Too much interference. Make your way to... There's something... Doctor is...
Oh God! No! 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 What? Doctor! Doctor! What's going on? What's happening? It's...
Yes. Yes, I can hear it. They've staged quite the rebellion. Remarkable. 1006.
How could this happen? There's fail-safes, security measures. It's impossible.
Personal agendas have long been the downfall of this company. Is it unreasonable to believe they were conspirators? Playtime is filled with vipers and backstabbers.
But without executive access, how could anyone even get through? Lathe, Stella, Eddie, only the four of us have that kind of clearance.
Does any of that matter now? It's your life we have to protect. You have executive access.
For all the good it does me, opening a door at a time won't get me to the exit. Not with those things everywhere. You didn't see what I saw. You didn't see the trail of limbs down the hall. Didn't hear the things eating. bones. God, There is something you can do, Warden. I can help you.
How? You're stuck in there. You can't...
My body's here, sure, but my mind...
What?
The Omni Hand. If you give it to me, I can get you anywhere. I'll have control over everything. I can shut some doors, open others. I can make you a pathway that leads right to the exit.
I don't know.
If you want to wait to get torn to pieces, that's your prerogative. But look at your immediate options, Warden. What choice other than this gets you out of here alive?
I'm giving you the tool. Just get me out of here. Please.
Of course. You've made a smart decision, Warden. I promise I'll get you out of here safe and sound.
you know, I never thought I'd see another like you. A human. Certainly not an employee like you. But something makes you different. I can tell that much. Though, I can't say what exactly that something is. Not yet. The others you faced, 1170, 1188, 1222. Been there, done that. Let's try our hand at something a little different. Oh, Yarnaby. Please, do keep making this enjoyable for me. I'll be taking notes.
Limón! Limón?
And that's it for this part of Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 replay, in which we've entered the prison cells and escaped them. Obviously meeting the doctor along the way, who, just like all the other characters we meet, gives us a hard time advancing through to the next areas. Of course, it wouldn't be much of a game if they were just like, hey, come on through. The doctor having their own motives as to why they're doing this, and understanding that you are, one, a human, and two, a former employee. But that's, of course, the little information we know about ourselves. There were little bits and pieces of clues that we found along the way through the other chapters, but no definitive answer as to the real question of why are we back in Playtime Co. That answer will hopefully be answered sometime in the near future, maybe in chapter 5, maybe never, who knows. But as I did my playthrough, first part here, I have shown you the counts and done my very best to try to keep the amount of times I've used my grab pack. Unfortunately, though, it seems that the PlayStation 4 version versus the PlayStation 5 is a little bit more finicky. So that's pretty common. Companies just tend to do a simple port and don't really bother with quality assurance after the fact, meaning that the game was perfectly tailored for the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 4 version was just kind of like, it worked on the PlayStation 5, it should work on the PlayStation 4. A downgraded version could have issues with rendering and where your, what's the best word I want to describe them, where your contact points are within the game. So there might be that there's a contact point straight in front of you visually, but where it rendered within the game could be skewed. Not going to jump too much into the details of that. That'd be more of a programming issue, and that's not what this channel's about. But along the way, there were a few trophies that we did miss. Stick around after this. Thanks for watching, and I will show the ones that we missed. Reason why they're not included is they are a grab pack, let's just call it waste of time, or times used waste. But just to show you, those are the ones, and those are part of the reason why we are unable to one-shot this game for a platinum. Because if you did it the way you're supposed to be doing it on there, you use up way over the quota of 200 grab pack moves. And in later ones, there'll be another reason for that. So, hang around. I'll show those ones. But until the next part, thanks everybody for watching.
The subject scrambles for an advantage. They appear lost or disoriented. Heavy breathing is indicative of fear, and rightly so. Let's test the response to said fear when pushed into action. I've seen enough. Thank you. You may proceed.